Hey guys, we're here in Portadown, Ireland, and I found a remnant pastor. This is Pastor Gary Mckibben, and he is a remnant pastor here. And I wanted to let you guys be introduced to him to kind of tell you what's going on here in Northern Ireland. And so, Gary, what you have your ministry. What is the spiritual condition here in Northern Ireland?
Oh, well, there's definitely a hunger. There's a hunger for truth. But then it's the same probably as a lot of places. There's a mix. There's a lot of people that are fragmented off, that are wanting comfort, and a lot of people that want the programs in church. But we're finding that there's a hunger amongst the populace, not so much the main churchgoers, but the populace for hearing truth. A lot of people are recognizing the time and the season that we're in. A lot of people are recognizing the conditions of the world, the LGBTQ movement. I'd said to you before, the things that are coming against the church. We've had recently a few members of our church demoted in work. One was fired for using the wrong pronouns.
Really?
Yeah, so that's in the last week. We get... I also have a business on the side, and with the business we work a lot with children. And we have children as young as 6 being brought in by their parents, and they are dressed to the point that you can't recognize, and they're given... They're given a name from the opposite sex, and we're told in the business that we have to accept that. Now we don't, which has resulted in sort of problems business-wise too. But it's a tumultuous time, just to say the least.
So do you find that people there's a hunger here? And obviously you're a remnant pastor. You're giving that truth out. Do you get a lot of receptivity from them about that, or what are there spiritual roadblocks that are hurdles that stand in their way? Tell me about their receptivity to it.
Yeah, it's dependent on who you're actually speaking to. What we found specifically over the last 3 years, that a lot of the church were deluded into thinking that there would be a return to normal. And so they are still hoping for that, and they're still looking to go along with every government dictate, every government narrative, just to get some sort of status quo. The hunger that we're seeing is on our street ministry. The hunger that we're seeing is from people coming into the church now, people that are hungry to hear something. They're sick of being pacified, and they're sick of being force-fed kind of nonsense, really, to be truthful. The hurdles that we face, primarily speaking, are I hate to say this, but from other churches and from other ministries.
I get it.
That really don't like what we have to say. That's where we find, as a ministry, where previously we would have had a lot of connections. To give you one story, I met with a pastor recently for coffee. The individual said to me, "We are on the same page. We think exactly the same way as you do. We believe that we're in end times. We're against the alphabet agenda."
You're right.
I said, "Well, that's great. We're doing a function where we're going to be talking on these times. We're going to be given the prophetic revelation of the times and seasons that we're in." I says, "Bring your congregation down." And he said, "No, they're not ready to hear that," which kind of it broke my heart, because if we know they're the times and the seasons that we're living in, it's our duty and our mandate to actually speak about it.
Amen. Amen. We're seeing the same thing in the States, where the pastors know they're living in the end times, but they won't preach on it. I'm going to move from the spiritual aspect, but it's also prophetic. Let's go to the geopolitical aspect. Okay, you guys are in the EU. Well, unfortunately, do you see them pushing their agenda on Ireland, the Irish people, the globalists, and stuff like that? What do you see?
Well, where we are right now, as in Portadown, as in where we are in Belfast, we're actually in a unique place. We're seen as the gateway between Europe and Britain, because Northern Ireland is part of Britain, part of Great Britain.
Okay.
So what we have found is geopolitically that we are being bought as a country. For instance, there's a thing called RSI, which is your sex education in schools. I know that our First Minister over here is all for that. This is being pushed by the EU.
Wow.
It is about teaching 5-year-olds how to be pro-sex.
Wow.
And she's on record as actually saying she wants to be sex positive with primary school children.
Oh my goodness.
And so that's being pushed. We as a church have came across, through the grace of God, people who've been trafficked. They've at some way, stage or form, come across the church and come across our ministry, and we've helped get them out of that.
Yeah.
But in the last 2 years, Northern Ireland has risen 600% in sexual trafficking.
Wow.
And that's because of where we're being used as a bargaining chip between Europe and Britain, and we're being used as a gateway for a lot of smuggling, a lot of gangster stuff and stuff. So yeah.
Wow, that's pretty corrupt. Wow. Well, we're having our same problems in America too. But anyway, hey man, I want to appreciate you and thank you for doing the good work that you're doing. You're a remnant pastor. And guys, look this guy up. You guys have a website?
Yes.
What's your website?
www.victorychurchbelfast.com. But if you want to look for us on Facebook, we're Victory Church Online. Or you can search Pastor Gary Mckibben on YouTube and you'll find us.
If you're out there and you're close, come to his church. This is a remnant guy. I'll put my stamp of approval, man. This guy's doing the good work. So anyway, guys, that's what's going on here. And it's great to be with a remnant pastor. The remnant spread out around the world, but it does exist. And so here's an example of that. So anyway, God bless you guys. Thank you, Pastor Gary. God bless you.
Thank you.
Okay, God bless you.